So today I wanted to talk about some tips that I wish I knew before I went on my first ever cruise. Me and my friend went for our birthdays in November and it was the most fun I've ever had. I haven't been able to stop thinking about taking another cruise since, honestly. Also, I don't know if this is going to vary by different cruise lines, but me and my friend cruised with Royal Caribbean, so it might be different for like Carnival or any of the other. So I just want to talk about some of the things that I wish I knew or that I'm going to be doing in the future. First things first is my friend was so amazing and lovely and she actually paid for my ticket. So when I say like we paid for this cruise, I mean she paid for it. I paid for my excursions and like anything I bought, obviously, and then also gratuity, but she paid for my actual like ticket to get on the boat, which was unbelievable. So the first tip that I have would be, you do not have to spend the extra money to get a window, but if you can, I would. If it's like an interior room with no view is the only ticket that you can afford, then go on the cruise anyway. Like, you're not going to be in the room that much regardless. You're only in there to like get ready or to go to sleep, or if you just need a nap or something. So if it's the difference between interior room or not going at all, definitely get an interior room. But if you have the money to upgrade to a window, I would definitely do that. I think the first night we slept on the cruise, I woke up at like 5 o'clock in the morning and I just sat in the windowsill and watched the sunrise because it was so pretty. And I definitely do think that it was worth it to spend a little bit more money and have a window. But like I said, if it's the difference between an interior room or not going at all, I would definitely just get the interior room. Number 2, bring your own Stanley cup, your own Awala, whatever bottle you have, just bring it. Because bathroom water, like the sink water, is completely safe to drink. And at least for Royal Caribbean, we went to like the Coke machine because I just wanted to fill up my water bottle, and I couldn't even get water because I didn't pay for the drink package. So I had my fiance Google, because I was able to text but I wasn't able to like look things up, and Google said that the water in the bathroom is completely safe to drink. So I bought a water bottle and then I filled it up in the bathroom. I would definitely just bring your own water bottle so you don't have to buy one. Next, I would say the drink package is not worth it. We did not get the drink package with our cruise, and I'm kind of happy we didn't. When we first got off the cruise, because we kind of drank a little bit more alcohol than we thought we were going to, I was like, oh, dang, maybe the drink package would have been worth it. And then I looked it up. For Royal Caribbean, it's between $50 to $150 per person per day. Yeah, I'm not drinking that much. Windjammer buffet has like tea, coffee, and then I think for like breakfast time they have like different like apple juice and orange juice and stuff like that. There's also different places on the ship that also have like coffee or other like little drinks like that for free. We never even bought soda in the first place, so that would have been like a waste of the money on the drink package anyway. For alcohol, if we wanted to like drink a lot of alcohol or like get pretty tipsy, we would just go. They have like a half price margarita between like 2 and 6 p.m. so we would just go and get that, and then maybe get like a drink or something with dinner. Also, when I looked it up for the drink package for Royal Caribbean, it only covers alcohol beverages up to $12. So if you're getting like a specialty drink that's like $14, you have to pay out of pocket for it. So I just feel like it's such a waste of money in my opinion. So I would recommend not getting it, especially because it's per person, and I'm a very strict rule follower, so I would feel bad if I got the drink package and then I got a bunch of drinks or soda and then I gave them to whoever I was with. Like, I would feel guilty about doing that, but that's just me. The next tip that I would say is to definitely bring cash for your waiters, your servers, the people that clean your room. I forgot what the word for that is. Definitely bring cash to tip them. Thankfully, we did have some cash and we tipped them. I know that you pay for gratuity when you're paying for the cruise, but it's still the right thing to do and the nice thing to do to tip your servers and what is the word? The people that clean your room with cash. Next, I would say if the country that you're going to relies heavily on tourism, bring a lot of cash. I feel like that's like the nicer thing to do. I did not know that specifically Cozumel, Mexico, they rely only on tourism. Whenever I found out that they mostly rely on tourism or only rely on tourism, I definitely felt a little bad, and I wish I would have had a little bit more money to spend. So I would just do research on where you're going and see what you feel is appropriate. The next tip is a fun one, which is do research on what themed nights your cruise is gonna have and make sure to dress up for them, because people go all out for these theme nights. I think some of the themes that we had were like 70s night, white night, so you wore like all white. I can't really remember what the other ones were, but it was really fun to like dress up and pick out outfits specifically for each day of the cruise. To figure out what the themes are, my friend got an email like a couple of days before the cruise or a couple of weeks before the cruise, and it said like what the theme nights were gonna be. But I think like once we boarded and we checked the app, they were a little bit different or in different orders. But that's just fun. Like, you don't have to do it obviously, but it does just like make the experience more fun and like seeing everybody's outfits, because people go all out. Next, this is like one of the most important tips in my opinion. Before you get on that cruise, go on YouTube and type in the name of the ship and then like walk through, because me and my friend were reminiscing on our cruise the other day, and I went to YouTube. Oh my gosh, what cruise did we go on? It's Royal Caribbean's smallest ship, okay? So it wasn't like there was like 30 stories and 8 water slides and all of this. Like, it wasn't that crazy, but there was still stuff that we had missed that we didn't even know was on the ship, and I was like, damn it, I wish we could have done that. Like, whatever, we didn't think about it, we didn't see it, we didn't know. So I would definitely like look up a YouTube video of somebody walking through the entire ship and watch it and like familiarize yourself with it a little bit before you just get on. I think that's definitely helpful. It also shows you everything that's on the ship. Like, apparently our ship had a freaking arcade. I didn't even know that, because it was like in a section of the ship that we only went in like twice and I didn't see it. But I would have loved to go in the arcade and play some games. Next, if you're gonna be stopping in like multiple cities or multiple countries, I would choose one day where you don't have any excursions planned. We had 4 stops, 2 in Mexico but in different cities, 1 in Honduras and 1 in Belize, and we had an excursion planned for every single day. But after the first day, we were like, at least I'm not gonna speak for her, I was kind of thinking, damn, I wish we had one day where we didn't have an excursion planned and we could just go like explore the port a little bit more. We ended up having that work out because I guess because of bad weather they had to cancel one of the stops in Mexico, so we went to Cozumel twice instead, and on the second time in Cozumel we just didn't rebook an excursion. But definitely have like one day where you don't have any excursions planned and you can just go explore, because that's like really fun. Actually, on the second day in Cozumel, they stopped us at a different port like 2 or 3 miles away from the first one, and we wanted to go shop back at the first one again, so we just walked like 2 or 3 miles to get back to the other port. It took us like an hour, I think, and then by the time it was over we didn't want to walk anymore, so we called like a taxi cab. Next, I would try to take advantage of the ship as much as possible. Like I said, we didn't even know there was an arcade, but like we did bingo, we went to karaoke. We didn't actually sing in karaoke. There was like live music and bands that were playing. There was like a little club that you could go dancing at. And our ship was literally the smallest ship from Royal Caribbean, and there was still so much to do. Especially utilize the app for the ship as well, because it'll show you like all the times that everything is going on, and that is really helpful to like plan out what you want to do. There's like comedy shows, there's performances, like there's so much to do. Just try to take advantage of everything that's happening on the ship and really like make the most out of your visit. This is kind of a silly one, but if you have a specific dining time, I would try to go at the same time every night, because if you go at the same time every night, then you get the same waiter and co-waiter. I don't know what the word is. Why can I not think about it? But you'll get the same one, and then it kind of makes it more fun. Like, they remember your name. Literally after like one time they remember your name, which is crazy. Like, that would be the hardest part of the job for me. It just makes it a little bit more fun and more personalized. Also, I forgot to mention this earlier, but with the drink package, if you have motion sickness and you take Dramamine, do not take Dramamine and drink alcohol at the same time, because apparently that's really bad. This is my last tip that I have, but pack a lot of snacks, pack drinks. If you like soda, pack some sodas. You are allowed to bring a certain amount of alcohol on the ship, so take advantage of that. Also, pack some period products, because I packed pads because that's all I wear, and I wasn't even supposed to start my period, and I started my period, and I had to go buy tampons, and I think it was like $12 for like 10 tampons, and they only had one kind. They didn't have different sizes, they didn't have different brands or anything. Pack them even if you're not supposed to start your period, because you never know. I wasn't supposed to start my period for like days after the trip, and I started it like the third day, like the third or fourth day out of like 7 or 8 days. I think that's all the tips that I have for now. It was really fun to like reminisce on my cruise and like think about it, because I do want to go on a cruise again this year. Anyway, this was super fun. I hope anybody that watched this found it helpful. If you're going on a cruise, have the most fun ever, because it is the most